son. Where'd you find this?
That's how you know somebody doesn't respect you. They listen to reply, not to be understood. They cut you off. They minimize what actually matters to you. They laugh at your boundaries, and then they call you sensitive when you try to hold the line. They show up late, they cancel last minute, forget the things you've told them, because in their world, your time, your energy, even your voice aren't a priority. They're just an option. You see, there are two kinds of people. Those who adjust when they realize they've actually hurt you, and those who expect you to adjust so they don't have to change. You don't need to be disrespected loudly to be disrespected deeply. Sometimes you'll see it. It's just in their tone, in their patterns, in the silence after you're known. Respect isn't what they say when they're watching. It's how they act when they think you'll tolerate it.
The flow insane, take my spot, so the range, shoot my shot with perfect aim, 3rd degree, that perfect flame, ain't no sleep, that's the game, oh so southern, that's the slang, when they see me, that's the main, chasing checks and fly like planes, big old stick, I bought a cane, flick my wrist and bought the ring, I'm so boss, we're not the same, paid the cost and kept the change, now I'm walking Hall of Fame, and I reside in the cloud, grand wishes, with these bitches, taking pictures with the crowd, and I'm out.
Yo, 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 yo. What it do, what it do, what it do. Peace and blessings, glory, praise, and honor to the Most High. Happy Thursday, good people. Salutes to all of the folks in the building, man. I hope your week is going as well as it possibly can. Shout out to my poets, writers, content creators, etc., etc. You see the title. It's going to get raw. It's going to get a little spicy, but we're going to be 100 up here. You know how we get down on this side of the internet. And I got my partner up here, man, Chef. Man, what's good, man? How you feeling?
Good, bro. What's good?
I'm ready to talk some shit. I'm ready. I'm on bullshit today. I ain't gonna hold you. So, my man's pulled up on his Instagram randomly scrolling the other day. I saw it. It wasn't a very long clip, but I was listening to him, and I'm like, oh yeah, I don't think we've done this one before, so I figured this would be a perfect one to peel the layers back a little bit with you. So yeah, I'm good, man. I'm blessed.
That's what's up, dude. I'm all right, man. Same old same. Ready to talk some shit.
Respectfully. So look, this is what I'm gonna do, bro. I'm gonna bring this shit up on the big screen, and we'll go from there. Initial thoughts, all that good stuff.
Man won't tell you how he feels because when you get mad, you'll weaponize what he said against him. In other words, you're not a safe space. A man won't tell you how he feels because when you get mad, you'll weaponize what he said against him. In other words, you're not a safe space.
I played it twice just so the people could hear what he said. It wasn't a very long soliloquy or nothing like that, but I think you get the gist of it. Your first impression, your initial thoughts, and we can take this wherever, man, because there's a lot of layers with that shit.
First of all, shots fired to somebody. You dig? I mean, it ain't everybody, but you know, if the shoe fit, it's definitely. I know that hurt somebody. I know They say a hurt dog a holler. Man, I mean, he ain't lying. And like I said, it don't apply to every woman, and it probably don't apply to every man. But yeah, uh, it's a lot of layers, bro. I don't even know where to start for real. I don't even know where to start. Um, it depends on the type of woman you're dealing with too, right? Maybe we start there. What type of woman are you dealing with? And this probably goes back to courtship, right? Getting to know that person through and through on deeper levels before engaging, right? Uh, whew. Yeah, that's what you think.
Um, the shit is ironic. It's fucking ironic, bro. No lie. When he said that your words can be used against you, weaponized, um, the safe space situation, like he unloaded a whole clip and it was only a couple seconds. I agree with you, and I also agree with him. And I'm gonna say this: just in the last 48 hours, he confirmed in me exactly what I instinctively already knew, but my hard-headed ass didn't want to take heed, and I basically was a recipient of the very thing that he just said. I called myself setting boundaries or attempting to create an environment where I'm letting you know this is where I'm at. And it was met with X, Y, and Z. And I'm like, well, damn. Okay. All right. Now, what do I do with that? Because, like you said, it's about the type of woman, the conditions, the environment, is about the courting, things of that nature. Um, I'm gonna say he's not wrong. I think it's worse now. I'm not even sure at this particular point that it's a bad thing either. I'm gonna save that part though. I have a reason why I say that, but yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at with it.
I mean, I feel like I believe you're right in that it's a little worse nowadays. But I think it's that way because of the self centeredness. You dig? Right? Because I want what I want. This person I'm interested in wants what they want. And that's fair, right? But where is the common ground? Like part of relationships, right? That should come with some degree of compromise, right? All right, I'm willing to give this up. I'm not gonna go out with the homies every weekend. You dig? Now I have to start being mindful of when your special days are, when's your birthday, you know, our anniversary, that kind of thing. Compromises, right? I'm gonna get up and go to work because I want to provide for you, not just for me, yada yada, that kind of thing. Right now, what do I expect from you as my partner? Are you willing to? Right, like the question you asked, like, what do I do with this information now? Right, and that's maybe where the compromise comes in. You know what I mean? And it's not wrong. It's not wrong to be like, nah, I ain't with all that. That's cool. But understand that the world has changed. People's mentalities have shifted, and you know, it's getting a lot more difficult, you know. So he ain't wrong. He ain't wrong. He feels how he feels. That's his experience. And I've experienced it too. I'm in my second marriage. You dig? My first wife was something else, bro. But we was both fucked up. We was both messed up, excuse me. You dig? We was both in our heads focused on self. Wasn't no compromising. And it was volatile. You dig? But we was toxic. That matters too.
Should be like that, bro. When I'm on YouTube most of the day, my nigga, like, because I mean I'm looking for content. I'm looking for shit to talk about and do it in ways where other people aren't talking about it. And one of the things that I constantly find myself enveloped in is discussions where women will say they want men to be more emotionally intelligent, be more vocal about how you're feeling and what you're going through. It's the world doesn't give a shit about how men feel, what we experience, versus y'all don't talk to us, so how will we know? And then the men are like, bullshit. That's what I
And then at the
constantly.
same time, they expect us to know what the fuck they got going on with no words, right? Get the fuck out of here. That ain't how it works. That ain't. I might have psychic tendencies. You dig? I might be an expert in pattern recognition, but that doesn't mean I know what the hell you thinking, right? Uh, and it ain't all women. It's not all women. And you are 100% correct in that the world does not give a shit about how we as men feel. Doubly when you're an African American, when you're Black American. You understand? We are all we've got. And half the time, we are our own enemies. Right or wrong. So, and things are different. I think being a man is being, yes, emotionally intelligent and all this stuff, but we have to learn that on our own because that ain't how we raised. Most of us, right? That ain't how we raised. We're not raised to vent to the big homies, to our uncles, to our granddaddies, to our daddies. We're not raised to do that. It's shut the hell up, put your head down and keep moving forward. Tuck it down. Take it out on, a hoe, right? Crack something. Go drink something. Go smoke something. And get back to it. And it's not the woman's responsibility to teach us, right? That would be unfair to ask. But at the same time, maybe understand where we are coming from, what we've been through, that kind of thing, right? A little bit of patience, or maybe a lot of patience, depending on the person. That's just how I see it. But I'm old, so I mean that probably ain't nothing. That probably doesn't keep with the times. So I don't know.
I think that selfish, self-centered, egotistical ideology that's floating around here is going to be a rude awakening for a lot of folks, because I don't give a fuck if you pretty, got a nice body, and all that shit. If you don't give a shit about me as a fucking human being, it's a wrap. Like, I'm in a pattern where I gotta do everything in the fucking world to make sure that you are covered and protected. we're taught how to do that, right? It's not just jumping in front of a fucking bullet. It's knowing when to just be a problem solver. It's knowing when to tell or guide this particular family or this spouse or partner into danger or out of danger. It's coaching them. It's saying, look, the reason why you can't dress like this is because of such and such, such and such. We have to know how to detect when there are wolves out here. We got to know when to pay the bills and how to make sure that we spend money properly. We got to make sure that you don't fucking electrocute yourself sticking your finger in a wall socket. But you still want us to do all of that, and then on top of that, you want me to open up to you. No, the fuck you don't. And I'm at the point to where I realize that you really don't. You don't give a shit. Unless you have seasoned veterans around you. They didn't let you go off and into the world with a whole bunch of sexy reds and shit. You might have a chance.
I mean, I think that makes a difference. Right? How are we being raised? You know what I'm saying? How, in what ways have we been conditioned or influenced, for that matter? Right? But you also have to think about, to some degree, what type of people you are attracting to yourself. A lot of things are subconscious. You know what I'm saying? If everything is energy, then that begs the question. Like I had a homie when I was truck driving. He was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this." I don't know if I should say his name because he probably out there somewhere. But he was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna do this," and bro was by this paper, right? You do anything he had to do, but he loved women, right? Everything he did was for women to get the attention of women, right? So he was like, "Yo, I'm a drive these trucks for a little while, stack my paper up, and get a Jag." I was like, "Word, cool." Bro was young too, in early 20s. But he would always complain about some female he was dealing with. And I got to seeing a pattern. I was like, "Bro, you ever notice that you seem to attract the same type of female?" He was like, "What you mean?" So I told him, and he was like, "Yo." And I was like, "Bro, when you do certain things, you're going to attract certain types of people." I bought my paper too. That's how we met. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you're doing everything for a certain type of woman. So that's what you're going to keep getting. You got to change something on the inside to some degree, right? I believe that plays a part too, right? Why you keep coming across the same type of female in all these different environments? I think it's because it's the energy. You know what I'm saying? It's what we put out subconsciously. Maybe not, it's maybe not in the forefront of our minds. Maybe it's something deeper. You know what I mean? Possibly. I know it has been in my experience.
I came to the conclusion like your purpose means more than you think it does. At the beginning of the show, I said, look, I'm trying to frame this. I don't think it's a bad thing that you
Disconnecting.
I don't think it's a bad thing that you vocalize yourself, period. No matter what social media tell you, try to gaslight you, make you feel like you crazy or you're controlling, all that bullshit. I know a lot of that is like strategic to get control over you. All of it ain't out of the pure kindness of a person's heart. But for a person to walk out of your life or to try to gaslight you into feeling like something is wrong with you, or you're being extra or doing too much, or it's all in your head, they're probably not really for you. Because here's my thing: if I'm supposed to sit and listen to you for an hour, 2 hours, ramble on about absolutely nothing, just so that you can finally get to the point at the end of it all, but you don't want no solutions to it, you just want to hear somebody to listen, then why is it that I don't have the same energy and response? But in the same breath, you always say, "Oh, you can talk to me. You can, I mean, you can say whatever you want." And then as soon as it come down to me telling you, "Look, you're not showing up the way that I need you to," or, "Hey, brother, um, stop shooting up in people's houses. Stop selling crack to my best friend's sister," or some shit like that. Is it's weird. It's like you're the enemy. And I agree. Your spirit has to be in a certain place. Your energy has to be in a certain place. Like, what does your walk reflect? Who are you serving? Most of us swear up and down we got it all figured out. You trying to serve two masters. A lot of people are. So your life is going to reflect it. Because on one side, you're going to be trying to do godly stuff. On the other side, though, I go off of scripture and I can see that there's some inconsistencies that's keeping you conflicted between the two. You're definitely not somebody that should be so judgmental. So I think purpose is important. Purpose allows you to eliminate half the BS that comes towards you. Because while you focused on doing this, nobody has the opportunity to really get to you in the ways that they would normally do if you was doing side quest. Oh, pretty flower. So your money is right here, your future and success is right here, but you see all the pretty cutesy shit over here distracts you. You get off the road, come over here. How long have you been over here when you should have been that way?
Let's not forget that it's wolves out there too. They'll run you down. You know what I'm saying? There's people out there that see something in you. They see that anointing over you. They see that success in you. They see them blessings in you. Right? And the whole purpose of, these demons is to snuff out that light. You dig? So, so they'll hawk you down. Right? Can't the devil present himself as an angel? Ain't that what the words say?
Yep.
That mean he could show up as a bad bitch. I mean, he can show up as a bad bitch and take you down through there.
Bang, bang, bang.
So yeah, you could be focused, but you got to be grounded too in something. You dig? How many athletes we see? Excellent athletes, bro. Gifted athletes, pure specimens, pure human specimens. Get sidetracked by something. Something they could put the thing down in.
Yep.
Every week it seems like we see that, bro. Like, how y'all niggas that stupid? You dig? You got to be grounded. Focus, yeah. But when you when you get to that goal, there's something up there waiting to take all that shit from you. Damn near at every step. yeah, it's yeah.
You know, I have a large respect for brothers who they humble themselves. They found a way to get in front of the camera or come face to face with their accusers, come face to face with their emotions, feelings. They don't let pride and ego get in the way to have conversations similar to this or maybe deeper, exposing vulnerabilities because the whole point is to shame the devil. You do not want the devil or the enemy to have any reason to keep you under his control. The way he keeps control and tabs on you is by making you doubt that you are free if you release what is eating you alive. And a lot of people are not mature enough in the spirit to separate themselves from this worldly, earthly realm of perspective. The reason why it's easy for me to do this or to even speak about things that I normally probably wouldn't have is because of the brothers that I've met at church. I found a home. Um, Certain experiences have positioned me to humble myself more than I ever have before because pride was kicking my ass. But even with that, I still got that stubborn hard headedness in me that craves certain things. But I'm craving things that are probably not in accordance to God's will, which I can identify in the patterns you brought up with the brother and these type of women that I would meet. And I ain't trying to make it about me, but I like to give personal viewpoints because it's like, well, we all human here. We go through this shit. And like I said, I had a pattern of investing in certain women that wasn't investing back. And then when I called them out on their bullshit, it was met with contempt. Oh, you being soft, you being sassy, you being controlling, overbearing. Uh, it's everything but accountability. Oh, you keep bringing stuff up from the past. You keep doing this, doing that. There's no timeline on how something affects me. We live in two different bodies. The way that you absorb information is different for me. You can't tell me how to process this. But see, the reason why you feel the way you feel is because you never gave a shit enough to experience it from the man's point of view. That's why it's so easy for you to dismiss it like it's nothing. Which is why that clip right there said so much. Do men really have a safe space? Yeah, men do have a safe space, but it's typically not with y'all. It's with his homeboys. It's on the court. It's in front of the PS5 at the bar.
And half the time, that ain't the safe space we need. You dig? There ain't ever been a time I could go to a homie and be like, bro, I feel like shit. I feel like crying. I'm about to give it all up. And the nigga be like, hold on, homie. Hold on. You got this. You got this. You stronger than you think you are. Matter of fact, come to the crib. We'll just kick it, bro. We'll just kick it, bro. You can cry on my shoulder. How many niggas you heard tell you that, bro? Come cry on my shoulder. What? What? I'll beat you up.
Yeah.
I'll beat you up. You, if you say that to me, come cry on my shoulder. Bro, what? I need that. But how crazy is it that we've been conditioned to feel that way? You know what I'm saying?
It's hilarious.
It's nuts. But you're right. Like I said earlier, like the only way we could vent is to beat something up, break something, or crack something. Drink something or smoke something. That's all we got. Exhaust ourselves. That's not it, bro. That ain't it. That's why I'm sitting here with high blood pressure at 135 pounds. You dig? No, bro. That ain't it. That's not it. That ain't how we supposed to live, bro. Our ladies, or at the very least, the people that we care for, should be our safe havens. You, as my wife, should be where I come to rest. You know what I'm saying? Because if I'm the spiritual head of this household, there are a lot of stresses that, beyond being a man, that I'll have to deal with, that I'll have to protect my family from. Right? I don't care if you can cook. I can teach you. I can teach you how to cook. If you don't know how to clean, I can teach you that. If you're the right one for me. You know what I'm saying? It's weird. It's weird to assume that everybody knows everything about what to do. Because ain't nobody got nothing figured out, bro. We're all out here trying to figure it out. So yeah, that's my take.
Nah, I hear you. It's the willing part. And we've seen it enough times to know that if a person is infatuated or they're, say what you want, if you sexually attracted, physically attracted to that person, this right here, this conversation don't mean shit. What matter? Shit, y'all lying like shit if you say it, dude. What matters to you is the fact that yes, I hit the jackpot, my nigga. I found me something with a nice ass and all that. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, we'll go back and tell the homies that. Oh, I got me a bad one, nigga. We'll tell the homies that. And the homies big up, like, oh yeah. Shit, the homie got him one.
Facts. And I'm talking about man and woman. People that I've noticed, and this is why I'm at a point where I'm limiting myself from social media a lot now. I'm about to really scale back on how much I'm scrolling on these fucking apps. Only if I'm dropping little clips and shit like that. But I'm having too many experiences where if my investment isn't getting the return that I deserve, then my focus and time don't need to be there. My phone is off. Like landline, the batteries are dead. I ain't charged the shit. I don't want nobody calling. I don't want to hear from nobody. Why? Because you're about to drain me. No. My time is valuable. Access to me is valuable. I can't cry to you. I can't be weak to you. Because you've already showed me everything that I needed to see.
Yeah.
And now you're going to have to lose access. I need to lock in. Everything else, in this regard, irrelevant. I can call a church brother up. I've done it. Had breakdowns and everything. I can do that. I can't do that with you. I've known you for X amount of years. I can't do that there. The people that I was pouring into, I thought I could do it with them too, but apparently I can't do that with them either. So nobody is proving me wrong. No one is proving content creators wrong who say people don't give a damn about men's experiences. Most men don't give a damn about men's experiences. And the ones who relate, they'll eventually find each other at some point. But for the most part, you pour into people that you are carnally attached to. Otherwise, you don't give a damn about these people. And I'm seeing how superficial folks is. I'm gonna land the plane. I don't know. I don't. I can understand why people are robotic. 9 to 5, go to work, come home. They checking out from dating and all that stuff because there's a lot of contradictions and hypocrisy.
But you know what bothers me, what blows my mind is that people are still getting active. If if everybody's a loner, why is everybody fucking?
Oh, that's easy.
How that makes sense, bro? I don't want to talk to nobody. I don't want to touch nobody. But everybody fucking and everybody got STDs. There's a contradiction there somewhere. But I don't know. I just be on the outside looking in, bro. I don't even care for real.
It's easier to have sex than to commit. You want to commit, but you done got screwed over too much. So I didn't see and cover so many videos of infidelity and teachers sleeping with kids, and I was so much shit. It's like, and I don't trust a fucking soul. I don't trust no woman. The only woman that I might have any trust for is my pastor. Outside of her, I don't trust no woman on this planet. Y'all are fucking liars, all of you. And I see you for what you are. But you think we dumb. But and that's exactly why niggas is just out here smashing whatever. Some people are just tired of playing around. Too many games.
I'm gonna ask a personal question, and you don't have to answer. It's just what popped in my mind. How far back for you does that go? Like, is there anything in your childhood or in your past that has made you realize, you know, what you just spoke about? You know what I'm saying? Like when you were young.
Seeing my mom get treated like shit.
Okay.
She was in the street. Like when I say in the street, she was on drugs and she was selling herself to make money, and I didn't see her for months at a time sometimes, but that was my mom anyway, so I didn't give a shit. I didn't really know any better. I learned that that's not the type of love I'm supposed to be having, what she was getting, but that was the model. I had my grandmother and my grandfather, but that's not my mother. That's not my father. So me seeing her come in and out, and sometimes she would be crying and shit, and sometimes she would be with different dudes, and I'm fucking confused. Like, who the hell is this nigga? That's where.
My bad. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you good. That's where a lot of this came from.
Okay. So my theory is that a lot of how us adults, even young people, it can be traced back to somewhere in their childhood. It's just a theory, but the more people I talk to, you know what I'm saying, it goes back. But for you, I wonder how much resentment, because they say men look for their mothers and their partners. Women tend to look for their fathers and their partners, these qualities. but we're not always given the best parental figures. You know what I'm saying? So I wonder, like, I'm not asking because we're in public, right? And I do appreciate you for sharing that. That's huge. That's huge. That takes a lot of courage. Um, Big up to you for that. But um, I wonder, how has that molded your experiences from that point forward, right? And how you deal with your partners, the women that you have chosen. You dig? I'm seeing a pattern personally, uh, but I don't have enough information.
Oh, it was definitely a pattern. Definitely a familiar spirit.
Where
I know it's a familiar spirit. I've honed in on that a while ago. It's just me being stubborn and not really applying what I know moving forward has been my detriment. I will attempt to switch it up. However, it's clear as day that my attention is not where it's supposed to be at. My focus is supposed to be on what God needs from me. As much as I want certain things,
but that's
I ain't.
that's that's the war, bro. That's the internal war, the flesh and the spirit. That ain't your fault, bro. That's not your fault at all. That's how we're built, bro. You think when we're created, God didn't give us an assignment and some gifts to go with that? Some way to equip us to do what He's asking us to do, what He wants us to do? Conversely, so does the devil. I'm not saying he give us gifts or whatever, but he assigns spirits to us. I ain't no preacher, but I believe this is facts. If I have my own personal issues, if I was raised a certain way and it's conditioned my mind in such a way that I act a certain way and do certain things, but all of that is contrary to what our creator has created me to be, you dig? It's not my fault until I become aware, right? It's not your fault. None of that happened to you. You had no control. You dig? I'm speaking to myself as much as I'm speaking to you. You dig? Because apparently we've had similar upbringings. I ain't even know. That's not our fault. That's not our fault. Now, once we become aware, then we have to have the mental, the wherewithal to make some changes. And it's still not about fault, right? Because all that has been paid for, bought and paid for. There's just some things we have to realize about ourselves and who we are in Him. That's it.
Yeah, I'm better than where I was, but I'm still not where I want to be at. And I like you got to constantly self-examine yourself.
Facts.
Because every time I take an L now these days, I don't look at them the same way that I used to. Because now I'm looking at, well, have I had enough? What did I learn? I'm hard headed. I'm stubborn. Yeah. Do you want to keep on chasing ass? Do you want to keep on looking at this and looking at that? Do you want okay, Melvin? All right. I'm giving you grace to wake up. You want to keep making them same choices? Go ahead.
Yeah.
When you ready, I'll be waiting for you.
Yep.
And then boom, here we are. And the clip, I forgot all about the clip until I just remember, like, damn, just 24 hours ago, I had two separate conversations with two different people where I'm trying to hold them accountable, and they both throw it back in my face. It wasn't about rectifying or fixing it or nothing. It was about throwing it back in my face. And then this, I'm like, yeah, y'all better get comfortable. It's going to be a cold winter for a lot of y'all that swear up and down you want this out of the dude, but you really don't.
And it has a lot of us are living in a fantasy, right? We you know, a lot of people like you've done episodes on like how women want to be married, and it's like, no, you don't want to be married, you want to have a wedding. Right? You know, that's no disrespect to nobody, to anybody that feels that way, but you know, I don't know, we just need, I don't know what we need, bro, honestly. I you know, I've been married going on 18 years, 19 years, and I still don't trust my lady 100%. But that's on me. She ain't never did nothing. You know what I'm saying? That's me. This is my burden to bear in my mind. You know what I mean? Damn, bro. I don't know, cuz it is what it is.
Don't you just don't you just love that phrase? Because every time I say that, it's just like, man, fuck this shit. It's like, man, I'm just tired, man. Like, come on, bro.
Yep.
There's things that can be done. I chalk it up to process of elimination. If I keep on telling a person at some point, this is what I need from you, and you're contentious with that, dismissive of that, instead of me looking at it like a bad thing, I'm probably being protected from them. Like every time I get told no, there's a reason for it. You're probably full of it. and I just don't know that.
Right. But I think it also depends on what you're looking for too. Right? They say the more niche your interests are, the more difficult it's going to be for you to put that out and reach more people. Right? It could be that. Maybe you're asking for something that's a little, you know, I ain't gonna say weird, but
Come on, bro. Men don't have the same standards as women do. Women are the ones that had that long ass list of, we got like a good solid 3 or 4 things that we want, and that's bare minimum basic shit.
To us,
Your list is simple, mine is difficult.
we built different. We built different. Hey, what Jerome say? off off of Mark. What did he say? He said, I promise to love and obey and hit it twice every day on Sunday. Might be too much for somebody.
Nah, that's just an excuse. People only say that shit because you're just a filler in. If you was the person that they wanted, none of that would matter. That's why I told Slim the other day, bro. you kept saying, look, man, you was in love with this person and this person and that person, and I'm the nigga that was actually right there. I was on my simp shit for a while. I ain't gonna lie, bro. And I told her, you said you ain't give a shit, so I finally got the message and I moved on. Oh, well, we supposed to be friends. Why you ain't tell me that you was talking to? And in my mind, I'm thinking, oh, you don't really want to know the truth. You don't.
Yeah, bro. That's just first of all, I think we all been on some simple shit. So I can't nobody judge you for that, bro. We all been there. But we we live and we learn. Uh it is what it is. But it's just mind games, bro. Just man, it's a cold world, man. Everybody wants something. You know what I'm saying? Everybody wants something. And it don't matter. It don't matter who it is, what type of person they say they are. Everybody wants something. When I chit chat with you, I want to talk. You dig? I don't want you to communicate with me because you're the homie. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody wants something. But I don't think that some people are from the school of thought that something about being used, right? You're either useful, right? You're being used for something that you have. I think that's a selfish way to look at it. You know what I mean? I'm not using you. If you decide to give me your time and conversation, that's dope. I'm gonna do the same. I will reciprocate. I'm not gonna play mind games with you. I'm gonna talk shit with you, like we're doing right now, bro. Some people just shiesty, women included, but we're built different, so we're gonna be shiesty in different ways. You know what I'm saying? It's cold out here, and a lot of people are gonna die alone.
Mm-hmm. That ego is a bitch.
Facts.
You pretty. You got niggas in your inbox and in your DMs every day kissing your ass and sucking up to you. They're not telling you that your personality is horrible, that you are a poor communicator, you're not funny, you think you are, but you're not. You show up late too much. Your one word responses are unacceptable. It's a lot of things that a nigga could say. Like, if I said everything that I thought to specific folks, they would definitely look at me like, how dare you? I don't know where that came from. I meant this.
How dare you?
Pardon me. How dare you say it? I'd expect it from Chad and Tyrone. I wouldn't expect it from you. Nah. You don't really make the requirements. You don't measure up.
90%, they don't want to hear it from nobody, bro. They don't want to hear it at all. Sometimes. But what is that? What is that? Narcissism? I don't know what that is. It's fucked up. That's all I know.
Yeah. So, I mean, y'all wondering why people are leaving the country to go find their partners, or you're wondering why niggas is not looking for committed relationships, or why good dudes turn into monsters and this, that, and third. Well, check yourself in the mirror. I'm not saying that's always the case, but no, we're gonna have to talk about it. My brother just said, "Yeah, use our stuff against us." He's not the first person I've seen said it. I've seen many people say it, so it can't be a lie. I've been doing this YouTube shit for over 15 years. I've seen a lot of men say the same thing. It can't be a coincidence.
It's
don't.
not. It's not a coincidence. Uh, it's it's a commonality, right? But again, back to what we were saying at the top of this episode, it's the type. You know what I'm saying? And we got to remember what we are now being influenced by. Hoe culture. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these hoes went back inside and had kids, probably, you know, and raised them the same way. Hurt people, not just the people they deal with. They hurt their kids.
Yeah, that's a cold piece. The sins of the father.
Yep.
Just a generation spreading into another generation. And look, man, everybody ain't great at communication. Communication comes in different forms. You can run your gums all day. That don't mean you're a good communicator. What's the point of being a good communicator if you're a horrible listener?
That's half the that's half the thing. Communicating, you gotta listen. You have to receive.
Yeah, yeah. The receive part. That's that. I chuckled at that shit because it's like, nah, dang that. And you know that's why I'm content. Like that shit fucked me up a little bit the other day, but I'm gonna be all right. I just know I'm never doing that shit again. People are gonna hate me. People are gonna be very upset that I go in a different direction than I typically do. And I owe it all to the fact that you showed me that you really don't give a shit about me. So now I'm gonna have to just do what I gotta do for myself and be selfish.
Maybe not selfish. Maybe a little more guarded. Because there's something you missed. There's something you missed, you know, in that relationship. There's maybe something you gave too much or something. I would say operate with a little more caution. That's it. Not selfish, bro. Not selfish. You hurt yourself being selfish. Guard your heart, for the issues of life spring forth from it. That ain't selfish. Now what? All right. Hold on. Any level you want to take this, we can take it there. You dig? Like I said, bro, guard your heart, yada yada yada. Right? That's not selfish, bro. That's wisdom. Is it not? Knowing who, where, when, why, and how to give and to receive. If you're a hero, get used to not getting the thanks you feel like you deserve. The army taught me that. You're a black man. What's understood ain't really got to be said.
Nah, yeah.
On that point, you dig? And you're a man.
Damn.
And you Hollywood.
Hey, look, when I say selfish, I'm not saying I'm about to just be cold and callous. I'm just going to be more reserved with what I give out, I guess. because like, damn, I'm one of them people that you gotta you had to tell me too many times for me to just start registering it. I already heard you, but because I'm like, nigga, I want what I want. I'm tired of waiting for shit, and I stick my foot in my mouth, and I can't really be mad at nobody else. But I'm humble too now. I'm not as bad as I was before. I don't disqualify every single human being on this planet. I don't think you're all dismissive. I think you've gotten worse though. This isn't how my grandparents grew up. This isn't the 80s or nothing like that. We're in a totally different time. And everybody feel like they special. And everybody feel like they God sent. And everybody feel like it should just be a one-sided friendship, whatever the case may be. That's how everybody is operating these days. That's why nothing seems to be normal. I'm just gonna be a outcast, a black sheep. I need to know what my calling and my purpose is. I need to be back on that path. Distractions that don't contribute to anything are just that. Not to say to any man out there, man, that's you feel like if they don't listen to you, and I mean listen to you, because you know what I'm talking about. Because we know we are, and this is an argument for another day. Men are better at relationships than women are. That's my opinion. Y'all can argue with that all you want. I think men are better at it because we were always forced and treated to be better at it. We were raised to be better at it. Our whole identity was to be slaves to the 9 to 5 and bring everything back to you. What are you doing in turn? If they ain't listening to you, it ain't for you. If they, women have just as much responsibility as making it a safe space for men as men have to make it for women.
Man, it's kind of like how I said earlier, how we're built different, right? Men and women. I was thinking about this earlier, but like men and women, we protect differently. You know what I mean? Even in nature, we protect differently. We build differently, and we're raised differently. So yeah, you might be on to something there. I never really thought about that. But one thing we're not raised and or conditioned is to be balanced. We're only taught to be hard and strong and perseverant, if that's a word. And then we're the nurturing aspect typically is completely overlooked. Right. So in my opinion, we're not as a whole as balanced, right? If we're talking positive, negative, masculine, feminine, right? I don't think we're as balanced as I think we should be. We're not as neutral as we should be. You can't be a hard ass around your lady when it's time to smash. Right? There's a time and a place for everything. I can't, right? But we not gonna be soft and gentle around the homies either. I just, you know what I'm saying? Like we're not gonna be all. That's weird. That's weird. So man, we need community. We need community. Point blank. Period. We need wisdom. We need our elders. We need humility on both sides, men, women. We need accountability. That's my 2 cents.
I knew this was going to be one of those shows. That's why I picked this one specifically for that. I'm about to chop this shit up soon as we done up here. Chop this one up. This shit going on IG, Twitter, and all that shit.
Word.
I appreciate you for being here, bro.
Thank you for having me, bro.
Yeah, always welcome, man. I live for these type of discussions because you don't see these very often on YouTube, no matter what the numbers reflect. You know what I'm saying? It's a blessing to be here, a blessing to do this. It's therapy as well. So this helps me in a lot of ways, and hopefully it reaches somebody's attention. You know,
It will. My advice:
everything.
stop being so damn Hollywood. You'll be all right.
Shit, if I was Hollywood, my studio would look a lot different.
Bro.
Everybody.
No, fuck all that. I would tell me that too. You probably got a whole studio back there, and you just carting off a little section and built a little partition and some more shit. You ain't fooling me, bro.
I was thinking about setting up a different little section. I really just haven't figured it out, but I want an actual studio. I want an in-person studio, and I want to have everybody in there. That shit will be.
I believe you already got it. You just, I don't know what kind of games you playing over there, but you know, y'all Hollywood,
it's
G14 Hollywood niggas be.
Is G14 classified?
Bro, why you gotta make this about me? This wrong.
Don't think I ain't noticed the different hat too.
What you mean? I got a whole gang of these, homie.
I know they all different brands. Balenciaga, Versace, all that. I know.
Man, hold the phone, bro. We're gonna put this out here for the world to hear. All right. I'm on your head. I pull up, everybody. Listen, I pull up. I say, oh, bro had on a Washington Capitals hat. I'm born and raised in Southeast DC. Washington Capitals was my favorite hockey team. You understand? I went to one of the hockey games. One of the pucks flew over the glass. I caught it. I used to be a fan. All right. I see a Washington Capitals hat. I hadn't seen one in 30 years. I'm like, yo, D, where you get the hat from, Brody? Hook me up. This nigga. Oh, no, I can't. Shiesty. Done me dirty. That's crazy. But I'm Hollywood. I'm G14 classified. This
nigga be in the comment section talking about X-Files type shit. The fucking pyramids was built by fucking Tom Hanks and shit like that. Like, I don't know how he be knowing the shit he be knowing, but I'm like, all right, cool. The more you know.
We're gonna have to break it down one day, bro. My life experiences and my unorthodox upbringing.
Time traveling ass nigga. Hey, respect though. I love it. Blessings to you though, bro. You, your fam, all that.
Same to you, bro.
We about to get up out of here though. I don't want to keep it too much longer. I want to get this shit chopped up as soon as possible. Shout out to everybody who pulled up and joined the stream. Y'all disagree? Agree? I'm gonna start a fight. I'm gonna post one thing on Threads, and then I'm gonna dip off. I'm gonna ask who are better at relationships, men or women. I'm gonna start some shit. I like doing it, bro. I got a habit of doing it.
Yeah, you do. You'll post something and they be lighting your ass up in
They
the
be,
comments, bro.
yeah.
This nigga be gone. Like,
I'm not. Look, I learned a long time ago. Don't argue with them people. Just let them have conversations amongst themselves.
bro, engagement farming. He's shicey, bro.
Look, before we go, the Carmelo Anthony trial we did the other day.
Yep.
People lighting that stream up.
Really?
Yeah, they in there.
Okay.
Like, yeah, I figured that because white boy got killed by black kid, and
It's been a lot of interesting developments too since he got sentenced. The warden of the prison that he's at somehow maybe related to the family. So yeah, bro, it ain't nothing adding up in the right way. So yeah, it's gonna be big, bro. It's gonna be big. If my opinion, maybe manslaughter, right? They wouldn't let the young boy, the brother, testify and some old shit. And people are coming out and saying that they saw the longer version of the video.
I keep hearing people say shit about the video. I didn't see no video.
They didn't release it. They didn't even play the whole video in court. Yeah.
So why are y'all in the comment section talking about y'all seen all the video? This nigga was he intentionally stabbed him, all this other shit and all this. Why are y'all doing all that? Y'all probably don't even know everything either.
Nobody does, bro. Nobody outside of the court system. And that's, you know what I'm saying? That's the thing. I don't know, bro. It's ugly though. It's ugly.
Prayers up to him.
Yeah.
Look though, thank you for being here, man. I got a show for y'all tomorrow. Pull up, tap in, hang out with us if y'all free. Do me a solid before you go if you don't mind.
Put the goddamn button back.
That's one of my favorite movies. Yeah. So y'all be easy, man. If you on the road, be safe. If you need to reach me, you know how. We out.
Peace.
The flow insane, take my spot, so the range. Shoot my shot with perfect aim. 3rd degree, that perfect flame. Ain't no sleep, that's the game. Oh, so southern, that's the slang. When they see me, that's the main. Chasing checks and fly like planes. Big old stick, I bought a cane. Flick my wrist and bought the ring. I'm so boss, we're not the same. Paid the cost and kept the change. Now I'm walking Hall of Fame. And I reside in the cloud. Grand wishes with these bitches. Taking